Many people think poker is just a game. It's so much more. The great Ben Franklin said, "Tell me and I'll forget. Teach me, I'll remember, but involve me and I will learn." How many people here have played poker? Show of hands, virtually or otherwise. How many people here have their own business? Awesome. Poker is a gymnasium of the mind. Just like we go to the gym and exercise our bodies so that we can become better and stronger and more resilient at our own lives, we can use poker as a vehicle to strengthen our minds on skills that we need in business. So today, in the short time that I have available, I'm going to talk about three things: resiliency, assessing your competition, and adaptability. So let's get started. Resiliency. The best way to describe it is give you an example. I'm sitting at a poker table and I've made every single right move that I can. There's only 2 cards in that deck, and the remaining card that's going to come out that can hurt me. If I win, I take in a huge pot and I become table chip leader. If I lose, I'm out of the tournament. I'm feeling pretty good. With 2 cards, that's only a 5% probability that I'm going to lose. That final card hits. It's one of those 2 cards. I get a knot in my stomach. Have you felt that way in business where you did everything right and you still didn't get there? You did everything right, but luck played a portion on you not winning that day. That's what poker's all about, is learning these skills and strengthening that so you're better. So when you get out in the business world, you need resiliency, because you know what? Tomorrow, I've got another tournament to play and it's bigger than this one. And I want to be at my absolute best. I want to be close to 100%, if not 100%. And if I'm not, my competition is going to eat me alive, right? Same thing in business. So becoming resilient is incredibly important. So I just mentioned the competition. How do I assess the competition? Sit down with me at a poker table and you got 8 other people, right? As soon as you sit down, you start looking around and trying to determine every single person. You're looking for anything that tells you about that individual. How experienced are they? How confident are they? How do they manage their chips? That's money management skills, right? They handle their chips poorly, you know, they handle their money poorly. Do you really want to do business with that type of person? Okay. So you ask these type of questions. So you're assessing the competition. But you've got to be adaptable. Things change over time. The person that you thought wasn't that good turns out to be a lot better than he or she showed earlier. That person that was mediocre is now playing poorly or playing totally crazy. So when I make a bet at any point in the tournament, I'm assessing my competition at that moment. The first thing I look for is I want to make a big bet. For example, I want to make some type of bet and I want some specific action. If I want a person to call me, then I'm going to size my bet a certain way. For example, if I got a loose person out there, which means they'll call almost anything, I'm going to size my bet larger. I want to maximize our results. The person very tight, I'm going to size my bet smaller. And in that way, because I want to call, because I know I got the best hand, or I'm almost convinced of it, right? So you want to maximize your profits, just like you want to do in business. So you have to assess the competition and you have to be adaptable. Now let's take a business example. Everybody here familiar with Nokia? Okay. Top of the cell phone market. Mobile phone market, right? 2007, 51% of the market they owned. And the emerging markets, they were phenomenal in China, India, Mexico. Trisha Wang gave her great TED Talk in 2016 talking about how big data has to be looked at with and assessing the competition in person rather than just from big data. Okay, what's the latest trends that are going on? And what she found out was she was in China and she had boots on the ground, and she found out the poor people, even the poorest of the poor, wanted high technology. They were willing to spend a huge part of their income to get in this incredible world. iPhone, other smartphones are doing great, and Tricia Wang saw this. So she went back to Nokia and said, this is how the market's changing. This is what the market is like today. Nokia went, our big data says this. The market's not changing. All the rest is history. As of 2019, Nokia only had 16.1% of the cell phone market. That's history, right? So, in wrapping up, what are you going to do to improve your resilience? What are you going to do to assess your competition? What are you going to do to become adaptable? Poker's not for everyone, but for those who do enjoy playing it, you can learn much more than just to skill the game, because it's a microcosm of the real world. And you're going to find all sorts of people. And beyond that, there's so much more, including friendships and everything else. Thank you for your time.